Hello and welcome to my channel, Dollhouse Dilemmas. Now, today you will see me work a little bit on Follybeck Farm, just doing some more of the filling in and brickwork. I'll also be finishing off the little doll that we've been doing for the past few episodes. And the last thing is I'll make a little oil lamp out of a Turkish perfume bottle. So I hope you enjoy. I'll see you at the end. Enjoy. I'm literally touching this with the lightest of touches, just to take any ridges off. This one was a deep one. Right, I've just brought you back as I'm doing the last little bit. I'm actually going to have to go over it again in a few places. It's not, I don't know whether I maybe added a bit much water to the paint. But I do have the same issue I had last time, is the paint's a bit shinier. But I'll just have to paint. I'm not going to paint all the bricks, but not because I can't be bothered, but just because I don't want to completely obliterate the original finish. Come on, Deborah, you can do better than that. So yeah, I'm just going to paint some of the bricks. That's not me. Some of them are a little bit, well, all their painting, to be fair, whoever painted this is very ropey. But I don't mind that. It's part of its charm, in a way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd prefer if it was painted better, but I'm happy. I'm happy to live with it. It is what it is. Right, I'll bring you back when I've done a bit more. Well, that's it so far. It's not fantastic as of yet, but I've still got a bit to go. Right, I've brought you back. It's the best of a bad job. It's not, in this particular case, it's actually not my fault. It's obviously the previous person's painting, but I've just followed their lines, and ideally you wouldn't want to really repaint an antique doll's house, maybe a little bit of touch up, but I've painted a good few of the bricks. I've left what I can, but yeah, it's not too bad. Just bring it back quickly to show you the other panel as a comparison. My colours aren't that far off, so, and like I said, you either live with the splits. In some cases I do. In this particular case I thought it was better, and you can see there's also a different level in the wood here. So like I say, if I compare them again, it's not too bad a match. If I can quickly ask you to please subscribe, give me the thumbs up, and if you want to leave any comments, I'll answer them. So that would be amazing. Ciao for now. Right, here we go again, fiddling with tiny dolls. I'm going to try and make this wig for this little doll. I mean, technically, I could just push the hair in the hole and spread it around, but I want to try and make it a wig. So let's see what we can do. Right. That's to protect the doll. It's just a rubber glove. Right, I've got some cling film, so I'm going to put that over her head. Make the knot a bit tighter, eh? So, as you know, I'm a great advocate of use what you've got. Ah, it didn't go any smaller. Or did it? Oh, maybe it did a bit. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I haven't got the right sort of thing you should make a wig from. I've got no intentions of buying any. So we're making do. That's what we've got. Right, I've got this glue. I don't think it's ideal for what I want. It's meant to be fabric glue. But this isn't. It's tacky glue. And it's really thick and gloopy. But it says it dries flexible, which is what we need. So I'm just going to put this on. Plenty of it. Fingers crossed for me, guys. Let's hope this works. If not, I'll have to start again and we'll have to find a different, more suitable fabric. But I mean, this is probably a bit thick for this size doll as well. But it's either that or use synthetic stuff. And it's my birthday on the 1st of September. It's my special birthday. So it's a big one. No, it's not 21. Right, that's a good bit of glue on there. So it might have been better using less of it and more layers, but I'm going to dry that off with my hairdryer. I cannot find my little heat tool. It's completely disappeared off the face of the earth. I don't know where it's gone. Very bizarre. But things tend to do this in this house. Right, the glue's nearly dry anyway. So it says it dries clear. It's slightly opaque there. So let's have a look, eh? Ooh. Actually, I'm going to cut that, I think. I'm just trying not to stretch it because obviously it needs to be a tight fit. Check the doll's okay. Take off the horrible rubber hood, which looks like I'm doing some form of torture to the poor thing. Good scissors are a must. Right, I've just cut where the glue line is, obviously to minimise fraying. That is one tiny cap. It is ever so still slightly damp, I can feel it, but I think it'll be all right. And that's about what we want. I'll take a tiny bit more off. Let's level it up a bit. I'm not sure I'm doing a very good job of levelling that up. Let's have a look. Take off those fray bits. Right, I decided to take a little bit more off. I don't know whether I've gone too far, but for me, I think that'll work better. Epic fail time. It didn't work. I should have waited for the cap to dry. It made it all soggy. I then went to put a hole in the middle to cover up all the glue so I could put some hair through. This hole which I thought would cover all the glue at the parting, and the whole thing just fell apart. So yeah, I speeded it up for your entertainment. Oh. Right, this is what we've got. A bit of a, I can't say matted mess. It's actually doesn't look extremely bad, but you can see it's very uneven. Okay, well, that's definitely a fail. It's not working. The hair's all come back off the cap, so plan B. I mean, she doesn't need a massive amount of hair. I just want enough hair to be able to put into a ponytail or 2 ponytails or something. Right. If not, I've always got my felt-in wool. I can use that. Yet another hobby I've done. Right, great look. You want a punk rock? That's your doll. I decided to sort the hair and tie it all into a bunch to make it easier to put into the doll. Right, I think I'm going to use this Kalal glue. It's really for paper crafting, but I don't really know what else to use. I haven't really got anything very suitable, so we'll give that a go. Have to be careful because it comes out quite quick. I hope it doesn't dissolve it. It is it's not a water-based glue. It's a solvent, I think, that type of thing. Ugh. I certainly don't want to get it on her. Right. Well, it seems to have tightened it a little bit. Right, I'll get back to you when I've put some more, or I've got it sorted out. I think the best way of tackling this is to put a little bit on a brush and just brush a bit on. I only want it up there. Like I say, this is what I was really trying to avoid doing, but needs must. I'm not sure where that piece of hair is going. Probably back there. Whoa, get off. Stringy stuff. I've restrung her, hand-dyed her silk fabric from sunflowers and elderberries, made her a new dress and gave her new hair. So I hope you like her, because I do. I'll definitely have a go at making a wig in the near future, so you can look forward to that video coming up in the next few months. It's sheep shearing time, and Tobias has been on the cider all morning, and Beth is looking on in disbelief. What can possibly go wrong?
That's my cider done. Come here, Barbara. Let's give you some woolly cut here. Oh, I feel dizzy. I think I might need to sit down.
Come on, Barbara.
Oh, there's another sheep. Let's chop that off. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, I'm away again.
What have you done to Snout?
Hello, Snout. You're a funny colour. Oh, well, bye from Tobias.
Okay, start of a complete new project. I'm going to see if I can make this look like an oil lamp. Now, I appreciate it's probably quite big and maybe overscaled for a lot of your houses. It's, can you see there? It's about 3.5 inches. One thing you will need for this is a little hand tool. I mean, obviously mine is a Dremel, as you can see. That's a diamond cut wheel. and water to keep it cool. If you don't, it'll just shatter. Safety glasses are a must. I've also got a pinny on because it can get a bit messy. So, right, let's give it a go. It's about to get noisy, so I'll mute it for you. Right, I've just been trying to work out how I'm going to make this look better. It actually doesn't look too bad like that. I could paint that middle bit to look like metal, but I think it's still a bit tall, so I think I'm going to cut that off to there. Right, I'll have to level that up now. I think I'm going to take just a little bit more off the top. Not sure why. It just feels right. Not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, I think that just, to me, looks slightly more pleasing. I did think about taking it off to there, but no. So once that's together, that'll now measure probably 3, I would think. Yeah, just over 3. Right, we're keeping this one simple. I've decided that is going to get glued on there, but I might, real simply, do that. You can see it's just like one of those coins that's been gilded. And then put a little hole in just so it can take a little wick. I mean, obviously it'll never burn, but because you wouldn't be able to get the oil in. But I just sort of think it's just a little bit nicer. I'm just a bit undecided. You know, I'm not going to lose. I'll put the hole in the middle. And I'm guessing this, by the way. I think it's about there. And just get one of my round files and just open it up a tiny bit. So it's a little bit bigger. I mean, I did quite fancy putting holes in all around the edge, although it has got the letter in, which I think it would look quite nice. I think I'm going to try it. What have I got to lose? I've got loads of them. It's just a little bit of detail. There we go. Right, I think I'm going to go the same on this one. I don't know whether I'll use it or not, but we'll give it a go. I'll get back to you when that's done. Right, there you go, exactly the same. I'm just doming this a bit more. I have this idea in my head, and so far they've all split doing it. So I don't, with the holes in, it might stand a bit more of a chance. I'm just getting it to balance now so I can see. Right, I decided to make it like a oblong, which is where the wick comes through. Right, I'm trying a piece of card for the wick. I don't know whether this will work, but I'm thinking if I kind of curl the bottom of it so it's like curled in the pot, because that kind of is what happens to wick. Right, I'll set the end up with, oh, got some charcoal there, look, perfect. We're loving charcoal at the moment. It's got so many uses. Let's see what that looks like. course, I've got it all over my hands now. Hang on a minute, I should just have to get this off my hands. Right, we're going to glue it on. Make sure I just don't get that on the glue. Whoa. It's slightly off, I can see, but it's not massively. So then that gets glued on there. I'm just holding till I'm hoping it's going to take, because obviously we've got a curved surface of metal on glass. You have it. I might put, but then again, it'd be on the glass, it wouldn't be in the right place. I think that's fine. For the amount of detail I want in this one, it's just a basic one. But not bad. I'm quite happy with that. I'll put it in place after and show you. Well, there it is. It's not too bad at all. Like I say, for some people, they would think I wouldn't have it. It's oversized, but for me, I'm not bothered. I don't mind scales being different. That's how they used to be. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's all right.